Okay, so now how should we really use this in an enterprise? Well, we want to use permissions here in accordance with best practices and other permissions as well. And what I mean by that is this. Let's take file systems, for example. You could take your file system on your servers and go through and take individual user accounts throughout all of your users and assign individual user accounts to individual files and make hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of permissions assignments. Now, hopefully I'm not talking to anybody who actually does it that way. So practical applications. While we can get very granular with permissions assignment, it's always been a best practice in the industry to keep assignments to a minimum and to divide the users that need access into groups. So for example, in a Windows system, you could go in if you wanted to and take individual user accounts and make thousands of assignments to user accounts to individual files, but that's not the way we do it. We use groups and make big bulk assignments. So in an ESX environment, permissions assignment will typically look something like what you see on your screen here. We'll have our ESX administrators that need admin permissions to everything in the infrastructure, and that predefined role is already built in for you. Below that, we may have junior administrators, help desk admins, application admins that may require some kind of advanced or power user type access to virtual machines and such, but not the ESX inventory. And for that, there's already a predefined role in vCenter as well, the VM power user. Below that, you may have some even more junior admins that just need read-only access to the infrastructure, and there's already a read-only access role predefined for you in vCenter it makes it nice and easy. Backup admins will need to be added to the role VMware VCB user. And then for developers, if you have any of those in your shop, giving them read-only access to the entire inventory with VM power user access to their VMs is usually a good idea. So these assignments should take care of just about everybody in your IT shop using all predefined roles. And then if you need to, you can go in on those very rare exceptions where you need to provide some additional or modified access and create your own custom roles. And last but not least, always make assignments to groups whenever possible instead of individual users. All right, so let's go take a look at this. This is very easy to do. So under the home page, we're going to click on roles. And we can see here all the predefined or canned roles that are part of vCenter. Notice at the top of the screen we have an add role button. We can select here. And we can also right click in the white space and choose add role from there. Now here we can type in a name for our role. And we'll just use an ingenious little name here, my own custom role, or my own custom. All right, and now we can begin to go through all the objects in the inventory and assign different types of permissions to this custom role. And of course, we can expand that out and see more object-specific details and permissions. Okay, and there we go. We've just created a custom role with a custom set of permissions. Now, if we go over to the Host and Clusters view, and we get the data center selected here. Notice on the Permissions tab, by default, we have the Administrators group added to the role of Administrator. Now we can go in and we can add permissions to this data center. And once again, note that the permissions are grayed out. I can't modify those here, but I can select a role to apply. And we'll go down and grab the custom role that I created. All right, so we press Add at the bottom of the screen, and we can begin to browse through the domain or workgroup and select the users and groups to which we'd like to assign permissions. So we'll use the VU Lab domain here, and we'll add domain admins. All right, so right now the VU Lab domain admins has read only, and if I'd like to, I can change the role to change the permission set being conveyed to that group of users. And optionally, if I'd like to, I can turn off propagation of inheritance to child objects. But usually want to leave that on. It kind of makes troubleshooting difficult if you start turning that on and off all over the place. And that's about it. Assigning roles and permissions are very, very simple in vCenter. Again, the real rule of thumb here is don't go crazy with this and get ultra granular and make hundreds or thousands of assignments for most shops. You use the recommended assignments, assign to groups, and make as few assignments as possible. It makes it much easier to troubleshoot and to work with the environment. And that's about it for roles and permissions. You guys have a great day.